What's up, everybody? So we are back on Isla Sorna with Site B mode episode 7. So my last episode was 2 weeks ago. So if you paid attention to the last episode, you know, to do a quick recap, I told you guys that I was absent for about 2 months because of the very dangerous hurricane that took place here on Isla Sorna. So we all had to evacuate. So I basically told you guys what's been going on in the last episode. I basically told you guys what's been going on the island and how we're, you know, just coming back to the island and basically getting everything back, you know, the way it used to be. So I don't remember if I did explain in the last episode the well-being of a lot of the dinosaurs, but some of the dinosaurs actually were in grave danger. So we, you know, of course, it's our responsibility to help them out. So we had to help a lot of them out. So we're just going to furthermore talk about that in this episode. So it is actually mating excuse me. It is actually mating season here on Isla Sorna, which is very exciting because this is, you know, behavior that you guys get to experience for the first time. Well, it's not our first time, but it's behavior from the dinosaurs that you guys get to experience for the first time with us. So anyways, we're gonna actually, I do have some more exciting news too. So we will actually be going to 2 different locations here on Site B. So we're starting off in this location. This location is a calm location. You can see in the area we got some centaursauruses, some iguanodons, and if I'm not mistaken, this is you guys' first time. I don't know, this is our 7th episode. It might have been some iguanodons in the older episodes, but if not, then this is you guys' first time seeing some iguanodons on this island. And what else is in this area? We also have some trikes, but this area is a calm area. It's not too many carnivores in the area, and that is because we are releasing 2 new dinosaurs off the new Site B, off the new engine list. So as you can see, we have our facility set up and we have the Archiniphiomymesis ready to be released. So if you remember in episode 5, I think it was 4, I don't know, I made the, you know, I came up with the new engine list announcement, but you know, the hurricane that happened on the island pushed that way back. So these dinosaurs were supposed to have been released, but you know, it pushed everything back. So that is why I'm releasing 2 dinosaurs in 1 episode, and to make everything more better for you guys, we're visiting 2 different locations here on Isla Sorna. So if you remember, on the new engine list, we success Archiniphiomymesis. My bad if I keep pronouncing that name wrong. So yeah, it's time to release these guys. They are the same variation of colors, but that don't mean their young will be once they finally have babies. But some are females, some are males, and we kept them long enough to where they will, you know, we let them breed, we monitor them while they breed. So we're releasing them in the wild as they're, you know, they're already pregnant. So we're releasing them in the wild with them already being pregnant, so they should reproduce very fast. So anyways, we're gonna tap out of this camera mode and get ready to open up our gate. So it is a very beautiful thing to be releasing these guys into the wild. Finally, these guys, they're ready to just, you know, explore. We released 25, we successfully cloned 25 of these bad babies because, as everyone, here they go, they're taking off. As everyone may know, we're gonna tap back into the camera mode real quick. Archiniphiomymesis are very small dinosaurs, just like Stryphiomymes and Gallimimus, and they can't defend themselves at all. So that's why we released that's why we cloned 25 of them, and we monitored them to make sure that they made it, and you know, they go into the wild already pregnant, so they can, you know, lay eggs very quick. So just get over these trees. Running out into the wild, of course, the first thing they're going to do is head for the water, and next thing they're going to do is head for the drink. The first thing they're going to do is head to the water, and then second thing they're going to be heading to, you know, some food sources. So as I explained when the video first started, it is indeed mating season, which means dinosaurs will be pairing up with each other, or you will have dinosaurs compete. You will have certain dinosaurs competing for the rights to mate with a female. So that is very exciting stuff that will be happening over the course of the next few episodes, which is why we kept these Archiniphiomymesis for a while before releasing them, so they can mate, you know, because it is mating season. Is an instinct for these dinosaurs to, you know, to just mate around a certain time. These Archiniphiomymesis are about 8 months old, And I know I just announced the new engine list to you guys, or probably 2 months ago. But you guys have to remember, we've been had this in plan. So we've been had this. We've been working on this for a long time, and these dinosaurs, we been knew about them, but once, like 2 months, probably 3 months now, 3 months ago when I told you guys about the new engine list, that's when you guys first found out about, excuse me, our new dinosaurs that we'll be releasing. So they are getting out and they are about to, just live life. So these guys are released into the wild now. There's no more looking after them. Only time we will look after them is if they're species are getting low on numbers, but these guys are completely on their own now. It's up to them to survive. So these are 25 Arniciomymesis that we just successfully released into the wild. So anyways, we're gonna head, hold on real quick, I wasn't trying to tap out of the camera mode. So we're gonna head a little downstream a little bit. I mean, this isn't water, but we're gonna speed the process of the camera up. So this is another area, and as you can see, this is the second dinosaur, well, the second dinosaur today off our new engine list, and that is the Eopacephalus. So as you guys know, I think it was 12. We mentioned that we cloned 12 of these guys. If you do a quick count, you should see 12. The lighter ones are the females and the more darker color ones are the males. So this, of course, none of these dinosaurs except the Spinosaurus, well, no, Spinosaurus, no. None of these dinosaurs on our new engine list was for the original engine list, which make every single one of these dinosaurs completely unique and amazing to look at. So Eopacephalus, they resemble Ankylosauruses a lot. So we're just happy to have these guys on the island. We have 12 of them, and of course, the females are indeed, at least 3 of the females are indeed pregnant too. We can't always mate all of them, but I mean, we're releasing them into the wild, and and it is mating season, so 9 times out of 10 they will be, mating pretty soon. So in this area, we have a few Parasaurolophus, so we're gonna get these guys released. Head back into our camera mode. So yeah, guys, this is just pretty stuff like this really excites me a lot, because these are just more dinosaurs we're adding on to the island, and it's just giving my voice is a little raspy today, but it's just giving the island better dinosaurs to have. So Isla, and then Isla Sorna is a very huge island, so it's just it's perfect. We can just about release as many dinos as we want. So these guys are finally heading out into the wild. They are not like the Archiniphiomymesis that we just released, so they can defend themselves just like the Ankylosaurus. And it's going to be cool to see how they adapt with the Ankylosaurus too. Like, will they tend to stay in the same area, or will they be in their own area? So it is very amazing to be releasing these guys. Like I said, the lighter color variations are the females, and the darker ones are the males. These guys are about 8 to 9 months as well, like the Archiniphiomymesis. And let me see, I did say there was some Parasaurolophus in the area, wherever they went. Okay, they're over here. So it's only a few. Like I said, when I release dinosaurs, especially herbivores, I like to release them in an area where it's not too much activity by carnivores. So here got some trikes, also in the same area as Taurosauruses. So gonna check back up on our Eopacephalus. Okay, this one's a little far behind. So yeah, that is 12, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure all of them got out of their enclosure. Okay, yes, all of them did get out of their enclosure. I counted 10, but there is indeed 12. The other 2 are probably hidden off in a tree somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's definitely 12, you guys. So it is very cool to finally have these guys released now. And we're going to be making our way to the next area here on Isla Sorna really soon. Just got to make sure these guys are cool. Like I said, I can't wait to see how these guys match up with the Ankylosauruses, because they resemble each other a lot. And I can't wait to see how they defend each other. I mean, how they defend themselves against carnivores, because Ankylosauruses, they do pretty well, and they adapt pretty well here on the island. So pretty cool to see how the Eopacephalus adapt. So yeah, that is our 2 dinosaurs that we released today, guys, for the new engine list. The Archiniphiomymus, 25 of those guys. A few of the females are pregnant, and Eopaciphyllus, 12 of them, and a few of the females are indeed pregnant. So I'm glad you guys had the experience to watch us, you know, release these babies into the wild. Here's 3 wait, is that 3? Oh yeah, so here's 3 females right here. So like I said, not all of these Eopaciphyllus are mated, but since it is mating season here on the island, the ones that are not mated are 9 times out of 10 going to be mated. You know, we just couldn't get, like, once we mate dinosaurs, it's us, you know, trying to make sure they breed successfully. But as Dr. You know, as you know, Ian Malcolm said, life do find a way. So of course, these guys will eventually mate. So that's not nothing I'm worried about. You know, I mean, it is only 12 of them for the time being, but if they did, you know, die pretty quick, we would have to make more, because it is our job to keep these guys, you know, at a good species count. He just fell asleep. It looks like he's trying to drown himself. So yeah, anyways, guys, we're gonna head to another part of Isla Sorna real quick. So we have all our files of Isla Sorna that we visit and that we record in. Like, we have it documented and named, so when you see me tap into it, don't be confused. Like, you're gonna basically see what I'm saying. So that's basically how, like, once I record the footage, it's stuff we do in the background to just make everything seem more professional, put it like that. So we're gonna tap into this other part of Isla Sorna very fast. So yeah, so basically we load up a file, and then once we get to that area, our cameras are automatically connected and set up, and we just record from there. So it's pretty cool. So in this area of Isla Sorna, we're actually gonna this area, like I said, it is breeding season, so this area was chosen because it's heavily populated. Well, for one, we have a facility set up here. You're gonna see what I mean, basically. And a certain species of dinosaur is getting very low. I don't think the hurricane did this species. The hurricane, you know, the storm that hit the island about 3 months ago. I don't think that the hurricane did them pretty well. I'm gonna tap back into our camera real quick, because we did a species count after the hurricane hit the island, and Ouranosaurus were not doing good as far as, you know, population wise. So here we have 20 Ouranosaurus. These aren't new dinosaurs we're adding to the island. They're already on the island, but they were just getting low in count. So this is 20 of them, and we are releasing them into the wild. So, you know, like I explained many times before in plenty videos, it is our job to make sure, you know, once a dinosaur species get low, we have to release them into the wild. So also, I did mention when we were tapping into this little area, Isla Sorna, this is a heavily populated area where dinosaurs come to breed, so you will see a lot of dinosaurs. So the darker green Ouranosaurus are the males, and the lighter brown ones, or let me see, lighter gray ones, are indeed the females. So we're gonna release these guys real quick. Tap back into our camera. So we have indeed opened our gate, and they should be heading out anytime now once they smell that fresh, there we go, see, smell that fresh food and that fresh water. So like I said, these are 20, pretty high. The numbers weren't too bad, but I can tell they were definitely going to get bad. You know, the hurricane killed off a lot of dinosaurs, let alone carnivores that pick off dinosaurs like this. Ouranosaurs are not dinosaurs that can, you know, defend themselves. The only thing they can do is alert each other when carnivores are in the area and basically run. That's just about it. So yeah, we're gonna make sure all these guys get out, and then we're gonna close this gate back up because we don't want them running back in here, getting away from their herd. So yeah, they're moving pretty slow. Come on, you guys. What is it, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? We got like 7, 6, 7 more. These guys don't really seem as hungry and thirsty as I thought. Okay, so we have almost all of them out. We're waiting for the last 3. There's our helicopter. So we're waiting for the last 3, last 2. Come on, last 1. Okay, so all of our Ouranosauruses are out. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get this gate closed back up, and we're going to explore this little area. We're going to continue. I mean, we're going to tap back into our camera, our camera mode, and we're going to explore this little area. So as I said, this is a facility that we have. This is one of our main facilities here on the island. We have people that, you know, watch over everything, let us know what's going on. They usually, it's different people that work the day and night shift. This is where we'll release dinosaurs that are, you might see this, I'm explaining this to you guys because you might see this area a lot in future episodes, but this is where we release dinosaurs that are low on numbers. So also I mentioned that this area is heavily populated by dinosaurs during the breeding season. So all our Ouranosauruses are out now. They just have to adapt to the area. Also in the area are a bunch of Edmontosauruses, Triceratops, Myrmentisauruses. As you know, Myrmentisauruses, they do love red-wooded areas. This isn't a completely full red-wooded area, but it's a more jungle-type red-wooded area. So yeah, there's a lot of Edmontosauruses, and these guys, males will be fighting to, you know, the males will be fighting basically for the rights to mate with a female. So also here's an Ankylosaurus. Ankylosauruses are also in the area. This area is heavily populated by herbivores. So let's see what else we can find. There's at least probably maybe 100 something dinosaurs in this area alone. You know, Myrmentisauruses, they're all over the place. Trikes. Let's see what else we can find. Myrmentisauruses, they're also breeding very successfully too. Hold on, we're just exploring the area to see what else we can find. Okay, so we have, like I said, Myrmentisauruses, they're everywhere. So, and these are actually one of my favorite long necks here on the island. And hold on, wait. Okay, so here's another Triceratops. These guys, Triceratops can give. Okay, so here's Pachycephalosauruses as well. But as I was about to say, Triceratops can get very, very, very dangerous, especially during breeding season. Like during breeding season, we find plenty carcasses of male Triceratopses that, you know, just wasn't strong enough, or they died because of their wounds. The darker green ones are the males, and the lighter brownish red versions are the females. So there's usually a lot of dead males all over the place, ones that weren't strong enough or got into fights, and like I said, eventually died because of their wounds. So we're going to check out a little bit more of the area. Like I said, this is a very, very huge area. As you can see, the Ouranosauruses are already basically spreading out, but it'd be best if they stay with each other since their numbers are already kind of getting low. There's more Myrmentisauruses, or at least one. And Myrmentisauruses, they just, okay, this is a different variation. Hold on, wait. So here's some Dracorexes as well. So like I said, this place is just crawling with, I think we have a carnivore, 2 more Myrmentisauruses. So we have a carnivore in the area, and it is actually a Allosaurus. I think it's the first Allosaurus you guys seen so far in the Site B series. I'm not entirely sure, but this is actually a female Allosaurus. So it is, let me see, it's possible she's alone. Yeah, it is very possible she's alone, but this is, like I said, this is a breeding area, so it is also very possible that she will be visited by a male pretty soon. See, this area is very populated, you guys. This is a heavy drinking source, obviously, that you guys can see. So here we have Allura Titans all in the area. As you know, Allura Titans do prefer the redwooded areas. They will be in jungle type areas, but they prefer redwooded areas. And here's some more Torosaurus. We actually seen them already in the beginning of the episode on another part of Isla Sorna before we came here. So the more darker ones are the males and the more lighter ones are the females, just to give you guys an idea of how many males and how many females are in the same area. So the Allure Titans are seeking refuge amongst Torosaurus, which is good because there is a female Allosaurus in the area. So no telling if she already fed or hunted, and or if she's planning on, you know, feeding or hunting. But yeah, there's dinosaurs, there's herbivores everywhere in this area, guys. And it's pretty smart for the herbivores to just stay in one area because you don't want to get picked off, especially zoom up with an Allosaurus right across right across the lake. So yeah, Torosaurus are the same, just like the my bad, my voice is very raspy today, guys. But no, Torosauruses are no different compared to the Trikes. Here's another Ankylosaurus. But yeah, they can get very, 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 very dangerous when it comes, when it's, you know, basically time to breed. And we find their carcasses a lot in the area. Here's some more Dracorex. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, you know, these guys, they have to get their breeding on too. Here's a sleeping Myrmenchisaurus. Like I said, guys, Myrmenchisauruses are all. This is the perfect place. Like, they love red wooded areas, and it is just it's enough space for them to just, you know, not be bothered by each other. Because dinosaurs like the Myrmenchis, the Brachiosauruses, the new Dreadnoughtuses that we just, you know, added to the population, those guys prefer space. And it makes sense because they're one of the largest dinosaurs on our island. So we're going to check a little bit more of the area out. It might even be some more carnivores in the area. Those are some Trikes. Trikes having a conversation. So it might be any more. I don't know. Well, I'm not sure. I have to check if there's any more carnivores in the area. Like I said, this is a heavily populated area for herbivores and not too many carnivores. Like, there's a bunch of Trikes and a bunch of Torosauruses in one area, and not too many carnivores would want to take on that many dinosaurs. And when you have Allure Titans, Edmontosauruses, and Ouranosauruses in one area, they're more harder to take down when they're in the company of Triceratops or Torosaurus. So here's more Trikes over here actually. So, you know, Trikes, they'll keep their distance most of the time away from the Torosauruses, but they don't mind, you know, sharing the same territory as them, of course. But like I said, we're going to search a little farther more down, see if we can find any more carnivores. You know, as I keep saying, just about everywhere you look around, you see a long neck sticking right up in, you know, out of the trees. Myrmenchosauruses are everywhere. And if I'm not mistaken, Myrmenchosauruses on this island have a bigger population compared to the Brachys. So I don't know if it's because they're breeding more, or because nothing on this island can take out a Myrmenchosaurus or a Brachiosaurus or a Dreadnoughtus. So I don't know if they're not dying from disease as much, or they're just breeding more, or what. But oh wow, so we actually have two Suchomimuses. So I think this is the first time we caught a Suchomimus in our Site B series. If you guys remember when we were doing our species count on Isla Nublar, that was the last time that we got any documented footage of a oh, here's another Suchomimus. So I mean, these guys must be breeding too, not unless these guys are just staying in groups. Let me check that. We just counted 3 so far. 1. Wherever the other one went. I'm just trying to see how many Suchos did we just count. And you know, it makes sense that they're in a more watery type area away from. This is a watery type area guarded by a bunch of trees and foliage, and it's away from the mainland. Mainland would be just about over there, where most of the herbivores is at. So these guys, you know, they're fish eaters, so they would prefer fish to eat. The thing is that I don't know how many of these guys there are. There's one, and I'm trying to get a good idea, but there's 1, 2. We counted 3. Okay, here 3, 4. So that's 4 already. So yeah, these guys are they're doing pretty well. And like I said, this is a watery type area, so this is where they would prefer to stay. They might not venture out of this area. I mean, the puddle is not, it's not really a puddle, but the little water source is not that big, so they might feed off the fish in this area until fish gets, you know, until basically they've eaten just about all the fish that's in this area. Then they'll have to find a new water source or pick off smaller herbivores, because there's no way that these guys are taking on a there's no way that any Suchomimus is taking on a dinosaur like a Torosaurus or a Triceratops or anything like that. They just don't have the draw power. These guys are good at hunting, but they're just about probably maybe take on, for example, we have some Pachys and Pachycephalosaurus and Dracorexes in the area. They'll probably take on those guys. And there's a few color variations of these guys too, so that shows you, like, what we've from studying the dinosaurs here on the island, what we found out is that the more color variations of these dinosaurs, the more successful they are of breeding, because the genes of these dinosaurs are getting mixed up and they're producing more colors. So that's always a good sign to see more colors. But anyways, we're gonna head out, see what other carnivores we could possibly find in that area. If I'm not mistaken, I did hear something possibly roaring. Yeah, I don't think there's actually. Yeah, it might not be nothing in this area, guys. Oh, hold on, wait. Oh, crap. So we have raptors, and it's actually the quilled raptors, the more feather type raptors. So if you remember in Dr. Grant's report from his time he spent on the island in 2001, he reported that there were different type of raptors. And these were the ones that were different than the tiger stripe raptors and different than the raptors that you guys heard about from 1993. So it is pretty exciting to see these guys, especially for you guys, because you've seen the tiger stripe raptors already. So now you know that the quilled raptors from 2001, well, from what happened in 2001, are still here on the island. So I'm not sure how many of these guys there are in this area, but it's pretty cool. You know, this is the quilled ones are the males, and the more whiter ones are the females. The females don't have quills on their heads, so it is pretty cool to see these guys. They're probably staying hidden off. I'm pretty sure they know about the Suchomimuses in the area, which is why they're probably staying hitting off, or they could be staying in this area because, like I said, it is breeding season and they're guarding the females young. So here's 2 females right here. I can't get my GoPro camera into that, sorry guys. We might have to wait to see if they come out. Here's another female right here and another female. So yeah, it's definitely, like I said, it's breeding season. It's pretty obvious that these guys are indeed breeding, and they might just be breeding in this specific area. For all I know, there are already eggs behind these trees, which is why they, you know, the females are patrolling the areas and the male velociraptors are patrolling the outskirts of the areas here in the water. So of course the males will probably do more so of the hunting. It almost looks like this guy is drowning himself. Just gotta wait for him to lift his head back up. These guys are very beautiful. When you guys watch this video, put in the comments, what do you prefer more between the tiger stripe raptors and the more quilled feather velociraptors? So or we can just say the 1997 raptors and the 2001 raptors. So because that is both years when you heard about the tiger stripe raptors in the 90s, in 1997 from Ian Malcolm, and in 2001 you guys heard about these versions of the raptors in 2001 by Dr. Grant. I think I said 2007. If I said 2007, my mistake. I meant to say 2001. I'm just very excited that these guys are, you know, still here thriving. So this is pretty exciting news. These guys are very beautiful. Like I said, post in the comments, would you prefer more between tiger stripe And these guys, you know, you can say 2001 female or quilled male, because the females do not have quills, so I don't really know what to call them. But these females are very beautiful. I honestly don't know which ones I like more. And like I said, they are most definitely patrolling this area, so it has to be some kind of eggs behind these trees, or don't mind this storm, guys. It's a light storm, but no, it has to be some kind of eggs behind these trees, or they are preparing to hatch. I mean, to have babies pretty soon. So we're gonna check out a little bit more of the area and see if any raptors maybe have ventured off, because I'm pretty sure that the males will do most of the hunting for the females. So no, I'm not seeing any more raptors besides that little small area. And the carnivores that we kind of left in this area so far are the Sucos, Velociraptors, and the Allosaurus. Wherever we're gonna check back on the Allo. Okay, so isn't this the main water source? So there's, okay, so I see. Well, I was wondering where the dinosaurs were. You know, all the herbivores. There's an Allosaurus chasing a Torosaurus. Hold on, wait, we gotta catch up with that. Oh my god, this is funny. I was wondering where all the herbivores went, but it makes sense that the Allosaurus has scared all these guys off. She is indeed chasing. This is very funny. She's probably trying to make sure that these, because she can't take on Torosauruses. I mean, well, she can, but it would be pretty dangerous for her to do by herself. So she's probably trying to, she's trying to basically be more threatening, to basically let these guys know to give her her space once she's in the area. So I have to go a little bit over the trees. She's going more into the foliage, and it'll be harder for me to record, of course. So we'll just have to wait until she comes out. Like I said, she's obviously trying to scare these guys, and the lure, it's working definitely for the Allure Titans and the Torosaurus. I was about to say trikes. I don't think there's any trikes in this little bunch. And the Dracorexes here are, you know, most in danger. Mechusauruses are, of course, not worried at all. And this is a more smaller puddle, which is probably where they came, but you know, that female Allosaurus is obviously being a bully. Okay, so we do have raptors that ventured out. So this is a... Oh my god, the trees are stopping me. Where did it go? You guys seen that? You guys definitely seen that. It was a male. It looked like a male. Wait. I'm hearing raptors. I'm hearing raptors. I just heard a raptor. I just want to confirm that these guys are venturing out further away from the females to hunt. And I just seen a male raptor. I swear I did. I also heard a male raptor too. Try not to get him confused with the Dracorex. This has become a very dangerous area for the Dracorex. They need to just, you know, just leave the whole proximity, because Velociraptors and Allosauruses in one area. I'm just, where did that Velociraptor go? I swear there was two. I seen a male. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not crazy. I know I seen a male, guys. Okay, the Allosaurus is coming back out of the foliage. Thank God. It's very hard to see her. And she is, there she goes again, threatening the Torosauruses that are, so it doesn't seem she appears to be hunting. She might not be crazy hungry. It seems that she might just be trying to, there she is, she was taking a look at the large Mechusauruses. But it seems like she's just trying to more so scare these guys. Look, because you know, they keep getting frightened every time she enters the area. So I think that's what she's really trying to do. She's not really trying to hunt, so it's possible she can be seeking. It's like how if you ever watch documentaries of Africa.